committed to preserving the vast customs of a vibrant cultural heritage.
Welcome to Darshan America, folks. We come to you from Washington, D.C. My name is Ramesh Bachchan.
And my name is Shilpa Alimchandani.
And President Obama has declared that he is going to run for re-election in 2012.
No surprises there.
No surprises there, but the surprise is there's really no opponent at this time. You know, Republicans, there are plenty of potential candidates. For instance, you have Tim Pawlenty, Mitt Romney, Mike Huckabee, Michelle Bachmann, Haley Barbour, Newt Gingrich, John Huntsman, Rick Santorum. All of them have been making speeches, but no one has come forward. I wonder why.
Well, yeah, I think that they may be staying quiet for political reasons, waiting to see what's going on with the president and Congress and trying to find out when would be a good moment to sort of take a stand. Maybe they're waiting around to see what's going to shake out before they take a stand and say that they're running for sure.
The media presence in Washington, D.C. is actually looking forward, but they really don't know. With all of these people, just like you, they're trying to figure it out. When are they coming out? When are they going to run? Because right now, all of these guys are making speeches all around the country, but no one is really saying that I want to run. Everybody believes Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin's name is not even in there. I don't know, but you think with the death of Mrs. Ferraro and Sarah Palin on the last election cycle, do you think there's going to be a good woman candidate as a presidential material?
Well, I mean, it would be really nice to see that. I have to say the only woman on the list that you just read out a moment ago, Michelle Bachmann, I'm not a fan. I've heard some very ignorant comments that she's made on television, particularly kind of rewriting American history, saying things like our founding fathers actually fought to end slavery, when, in fact, the founding fathers of the United States were slave owners, not trying to end slavery. I just think when you have someone like that, or Sarah Palin, who has shown herself to be equally ignorant on a lot of political and historical matters, it's sad. I think we could be doing much better.
But look, these are not professional politicians that make the same speech 360 days of the year. These guys come out with their thoughts, and they speak 200-300 times, and yeah, they make mistakes. She made a mistake, Miss Bachmann, and so did Sarah Palin the last time when she was talking to Katie Couric as to what newspaper do you read and how do you see Russia and all of that. People have their own ideas, and they make a couple of mistakes, big deal. You got to forgive them.
Well, I think that there are a lot of opportunities in 2012 for women. So not just looking at president and vice presidential candidates, but let's talk about all of the other races across the country, both state and national. Right now, things are not so good. I mean, we had 90 women in Congress in 2010. Now there are only 88 in 2011. In state legislators, there's been a full percentage point drop in the number of women that are serving. But here's the opportunity. We had a 2010 census, right? And that caused some redistricting. There are going to be some new seats.
Yes.
And so this is really an opportunity for candidates to emerge that maybe were not part of politics before. The last big time we saw an increase of women running and winning elections was in 1992. After the 1990 census.
Right.
So I think that's where I see the hope.
Yeah, that's the hope. Women are way behind, so maybe we should have some women in the legislature so we don't have these fights. Look at the current fight, folks. This is a pretty big event that's about to take place in Washington, D.C. The budget is going to be discussed, and I want to tell you, the Democrats and Republicans are going to butt head unless those gang of 6 senators, 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans, if they stand still, then we may have a budget that's like Paul Ryan's.
Or I'll stay home as a federal employee.
Do you think that'll happen?
No, I don't.
I don't think so. No one has a stomach for that.
Right. Well, a very big congratulations to the entire country of India for winning the Cricket World Cup. the first time in 23 years.
And it's a big deal.
Yeah, it
Very
is a big deal.
The entire country was like, jam.
A lot of celebrations, a very exciting time for the country. Of course, semi-final match with Pakistan and then the final match with Sri Lanka. People all over Indian community here in the United States were tuning in to watch the cricket games. My husband works for an Indian firm. A lot of people took the day off so they could watch the match. So it was a really big deal.
It was. And I want to tell you, both the games, the semifinal and the finals, were tough games. They were competitive. And they won.
I wonder how much of India's 1.21 billion population was watching the game. Yes, the 2011 census numbers are in, and Indian population has increased to 1.21 billion. That means more people now live in India than in the United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, and Bangladesh combined. Okay, just to give you a little perspective.
And 181 million people were added in the last 10 years.
It's incredible. Now, there's some good news and some bad news. I'll start with the bad news. There has been a disparity between the number of girls and boys being born in India over the years. Unfortunately, this census shows that gap continues to widen. There are now 914 girls born for every 1,000 boys born in India. And accounting for that gap is really this issue of female infanticide or feticide in most cases, where you can have sex-selected abortions and the female child is not even brought into this world. The male child is considered to have more earning potential and to take care of the family. So
even though it's illegal.
It's
illegal in India, but I guess people do it.
Yeah, when they do ultrasound, the doctor or the technician is not even supposed to tell the parents the sex of their child.
Yeah, that's by law. They're not supposed to tell them.
Right. And so it's sad that this gap has continued to widen. The good news, though, from the census is that the literacy rate has increased in India. 10 years ago, it was 65% of the country was literate. Now, 74% of Indians can read and write.
By the way, that's very high.
Mm-hmm.
And that's extremely good, I mean, India is a country that is really rising. But at the same time, it has a lot of problems, structural problems. Washington Post did a story on Sunday, and they say the wild card. Basically, what they're trying to say, it's very difficult to do business in India. For instance, folks, Vodafone